This is Hoosier Country, and you're tuned into the Holy Hoosiers Podcast.
Hey there, Hoosier Country. I'm Paul, editor for the Holy Hoosiers Podcast, and in this brief episode, we are exploring a Pew Research article that shows the decline of Christianity in the U.S. has slowed and may have even leveled off. In fact, the percentage of the U.S. population identifying as Christian has, for the past 4 to 5 years, remained at around 63%. So there has been a pause in this rapid decline that we have been seeing since 2007. At first glance, this looks great. Religion is playing a bigger role in our society. Men and women are connecting more with God, engaging with their families regarding God. Things are getting better, right? But are they really? Bottom line, in America today, men aged 25 to 45, this would be the Holy Hoosiers core audience, are the least likely to attend church, least likely to pray, and the least likely to identify as Christian compared to any other generation before them. According to Pew Research, only about 46% of adults under 30 say they are Christian. That number was 80% for our grandparents. So what's going on? I think we need to be honest here. I think a lot of guys don't feel like church speaks to their real struggles or frankly adds any value to their life. The sermons, they seem safe. The music feels out of touch. And the message, well, I think the message, a lot of men feel like it's more about being nice than being transformed. I mean, what kind of man do you really want to be? Do you want to be a man that's considered the nice guy? Or do you want to be the guy that's respected, viewed as a man's man? And I think many men have this superficial view of church that it's just a form of weakness that doesn't really have any place in really building them up. And that's the current cultural thrust. Men are toxic, masculinity is toxic. We need to find ways to remove that from society. And church, well, church does that. It makes compliant, nice men. That's the thought. We're also a generation shaped by digital noise, moral ambiguity, right? Right is wrong, wrong is right, true is only true to you, I have my own truth, and so do you. We're a generation shaped by fatherlessness, self-gratification, rising pressure, and really just few places that are offering clarity, few places that are offering real brotherhood, or few places that are offering meaning. As we dig into the numbers here, we're going to see that while the decline has leveled off, this does not necessarily mean that Christianity is on the rise. Looking at the executive summary, the Pew Research team notes that in future years, we actually may see further declines in religiousness of the American public, and that's for several reasons. First off, young adults are far less religious than older adults. No recent birth group has become more religious as it's aged. The stickiness, meaning that it tends to stay in the same place, the stickiness of a religious upbringing seems to be declining compared with older people. Fewer young adults who had a highly religious upbringing are still highly religious as adults. The stickiness of non-religious upbringing, though, seems to be rising. A fascinating twist to this, though, shows that a large majority of Americans have a spiritual and supernatural outlook. For example, 86% of the U.S. population believe that people have a soul or spirit in addition to their physical body. 83% believe in God or a universal spirit. 79% believe that there is something spiritual beyond the natural world, what we can observe and see. And 70% believe in hell and heaven or both. So while young adults are less religious, there remains this openness, at least, to a spirituality. Another interesting outcome from the study was that while there has been a decline in religion within the U.S., the gender gap in American religion is actually narrowing. Recent news accounts suggest that among the youngest Americans, men are becoming more religious than women. As the Pew Research team points out, this would be a major reversal from the past. Historically, U.S. women consistently have exhibited higher levels of religiousness on average than men. However, as they go on to note, while the gender gap in American religion appears to be narrowing, there are still no birth groups in which men are significantly more religious than women. In every age group, women are at least as religious as men, and in many birth groups, women are significantly more religious than men. So, what's the risk? Without faith, young men don't stop believing, they just believe in something else. The hustle culture, conspiracy, numbness, politics as identity, or really just nothing at all. And the fallout, well, we see that every day. Anger, loneliness, addiction, confusion about manhood and purpose, and there is just an absolute wealth of insight and information provided by the Pew Research team, and we could go on several hours covering each piece of data. But here's the hope. Men are starting to realize that Christ does bring meaning to life. Jesus is a man's man, and men are starting to realize this, especially young men. But here in the U.S., the decline has at least slowed. That means there's an opening, a window, a remnant ready for something real. If you're a young man and you feel like you're drifting, don't wait. Step up, ask real questions, find other men who are serious about faith and life. We're not here to play church, we're here to build something solid. This is Holy Hoosiers, real talk for real men of faith. Just a reminder to click that like and subscribe button. Stay with us, more to come. We're going to be digging into this further with Pastor Mark real soon, so we hope you'll join us for those future podcasts.